The Indiana Fever are that golden destination, and I can't help but laugh to the fans and the people online and the media commentators, unfortunately, who said that nobody wanted to play in Indiana. That doesn't make any sense by any stretch of...
Remember when Sheryl Swoopes boldly declared that free agents would never sign with the Indiana Fever? Well, she couldn't have been more wrong. The Fever just dominated free agency, landing Natasha Howard, Dana Bonner, Sophie Cunningham, and even Ange Wilson's best friend Sydney Coulson. Could anyone have predicted this dramatic turnaround? Swoopes is probably hiding under a rock right now as her prediction completely backfired. The same Indiana team she claimed had locker room problems has transformed into the hottest destination in the WNBA. And all of this is happening because of that rookie she said wouldn't adjust to the league, Caitlin Clark.
Sheryl Swoopes has been missing. Sheryl Swoopes is MIA. They got a APB for Sheryl Swoopes. If you see Sheryl Swoopes, she did a lot of talking a few months ago about the Indiana Fever, the locker room environment, how people didn't want to play there, how people wanted to leave. Stephanie White came in and said, okay, hold on. Let me go to Indeed.com and Indeed get some free agents coming here and want to play that are accomplished seasoned veterans. She did all that. Cheryl's been nowhere.
That's right, Sheryl. Swoopes went on that podcast and just straight up declared nobody wanted to play in Indiana. The look on her face when she made those claims showed such absolute certainty, like she was sharing top-secret WNBA intelligence that only she possessed. She spoke with unmistakable confidence, as if she had direct access to the team's inner workings.
There's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Mm-hmm. Over there.
Yeah.
Out there.
She presented her opinions as undeniable facts, giving viewers the impression she had insider knowledge about serious problems within the Fever's organization. According to her, these issues were so significant that top players wouldn't even consider signing with Indiana, as if the Fever's reputation was permanently damaged the same way she claimed Clark wouldn't dominate. She painted a grim picture of the Fever's future. So will Caitlin Clark?
One predict with apt sunrise tomorrow, then quietly slipping away when dawn breaks. Even further, when a game that Sheryl Swoopes was calling for the Dallas Wings, where the commentator was talking about how great Caitlin Clark had been playing, Sheryl Swoopes, silent for 60 seconds, didn't even want to address it, and it got so bad that the game that Dallas then went to...
Confidently predicting doom and gloom behind the scenes, the Fever's front office was quietly executing a brilliant strategy. They were orchestrating a complete roster transformation that would shock the entire league. The contrast between what Swoopes predicted and what actually happened is like someone forecasting a financial collapse right before a company announces record profits.
Caitlin Clark be a good pro? Absolutely. Will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now immediately? Absolutely not gonna happen.
What's particularly telling is what happened after Indiana's free agency success. There was no follow-up statement from Swoopes acknowledging her misjudgment, no recognition of the Fever's incredible success. Her silence as Indiana assembled a powerhouse roster speaks volumes, like watching someone predict with absolute certainty that the sun won't rise tomorrow and then quietly slipping away when dawn breaks. Even further, when a game that Sheryl Swoopes was calling for the Dallas Wings, where the commentator was talking about how great Caitlin Clark had been playing, Sheryl Swoopes was silent for 60 seconds and didn't even want to address it. And it got so bad that the game that Dallas then went to play against the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark after the domination of the Chicago Sky, Sheryl Swoopes got pulled from the broadcast. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever were building not just a competitive team but one of the most enviable cultures in the league. All those supposed problems Swoopes claimed existed, they didn't stop multiple high-profile players from choosing Indiana as their new home. Crow TV folk.
The Fever did not come to play. They are on a mission to win now, like 2025 championship season incoming. They were so quiet during free agency. And in the past 24 hours, boom, 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 re-signed Kelsey Mitchell to a max deal, picked up Natasha Howard, bringing her back to the Indiana Fever, where she was originally drafted, and then they just announced a three-way trade sending Alyssa Smith to Dallas and Sophie Cunningham coming to the Fever. This team in 24 hours just got exponentially better.
You know what's even more shocking than Swoopes being proven wrong? The caliber of players literally lining up to play with Clark. We're witnessing something unprecedented. Championship veterans choosing Indiana like it's suddenly the basketball promised land. The Fever assembled an entire super team of elite talent while Swoopes was busy doubling down on her misguided takes. Let's break down exactly who's joining this Fever revolution. First up, Natasha Howard, a defensive powerhouse with championship DNA who could have signed with any contender in the league.
Further, when a game that Sheryl Swoopes was calling for the Dallas Wings, where the commentator was talking about how great Caitlin Clark had been playing, Sheryl Swoopes, silent for 60 seconds, didn't even want to address it. And it got so bad that the game that Dallas then went to play against the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark, after the domination of the Chicago Sky, Sheryl Swoopes got pulled from the
She's the same Howard who anchored Seattle's championship defense and made her mark across the league. Her excitement about catching passes from Clark, who sees the person down the court before she even gets the ball, speaks volumes. The three-time champion specifically excited about a rookie court vision that demolishes the nobody wants to play with Clark narrative. Next up, Dana Bonner brings her 6 all-star selections and scoring versatility that few in the league can match.
Swoopes, tell her it's okay to come out and talk and say, man, you was wrong. It's okay. Sheryl, you gotta do that. If you see Sheryl, she might need the Heimlich maneuver. She might be choking on Crow right now. Help her out, y'all. Help Sheryl.
Better. Starting 5, Caitlin at the 1, Kelsey at the 2, Lexi Hall and Sophie can duke it out for the 3, Natasha Howard at the 4, Aaliyah Boston at the 5. But they still have space. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like there's one more piece that they're going to try to add. At the end of last season, this team immediately got rid of Coach Christy Sides, hired Coach Stephanie White. Stephanie White then, in turn, brings basically her entire coaching staff from the Connecticut Sun. Then the Fever announced their plans for their brand new practice facility and immediately start shuffling around the entire team. They are not wasting any.
It's going to be Caitlin Clark flash show. So it's going to be phenomenal playing with a point guard, like you said, that have a good vision on the court, because like as soon as she gets the ball in her hand, she's throwing it up because she already sees the person down the court before she even gets the ball in her hand. So that's one thing I love about her vision on the court. I really can't wait to catch all those passes and give her all the assistance she needs.
Yeah, she's just a smart player. You already see what she's done in her rookie season, and I think she gets the ball to people in the right positions to help them be successful. So that's huge, and I'm hoping that I can give her a little bit more leadership and knowledge for her to understand this league a little bit better. And like I said, when playoffs hit, she'll be ready. But I don't think you have to instill that in a lot of players, and she's one of them. I think she kind of go back and study and see those things and figure it out herself, which is just shows the type of player she is. So I'm excited to step on the court with her. I play with a lot of great players, so to also keep continuing to do that, and I'm just so excited to see where her second year is going to go.
I'm honest, I am just so excited to be here. I'm from the Midwest, and so for me to kind of get back to my roots and be close to my family, I'm so excited. Like when I say that I am refreshed and I am motivated, and I just like kind of feel like my spark is back. Everyone thinks I've been feisty. You've not even seen the feisty side of me yet, so this should be really fun. But for me, I'm excited to be closer to home. I'm excited to deep dive into the community of
Caitlin Clark set the single season assist record in the WNBA, the most prolific passer in WNBA history. She is now the all-time rookie leader in points, assists, and three-pointers. There is exceeding expectations, and then there is whatever Caitlin Clark continues to do in her rookie. She has taken every bar set for her and gone over it, and that is ridiculously impressive. Caitlin Clark is making a lot of people look silly thinking that it would have taken more time than this, and instead she is right here.
The Fever will have over 600,000 fans in attendance total this year, and the second best to that was in 1999 with the Washington Mystics at just over 400,000. So the Fever are going to account for over 200,000 more fans this year to their games than any other team, not only this year in 2024. You can see the Liberty are third on this list, and the Liberty are third, fourth, and fifth on this list, but those are the only two teams that are in 2024. The other highest attendance records are from 1999, 1998. I think that it's being made very clear with the signings that the Indiana Fever have made. A lot of people want to go to Indiana. Do not believe the internet, do not believe the hating media when they tell you that Indiana is not the destination. Natasha Howard's name is on the map. She's getting more recognition now, before she's even gotten on the court, than she probably has for most of her depth of the imagination. In what way would you not want to play in Indiana? The place where you're getting sold out arenas, the most viewership on television, playing with a player who was top 3 in MVP voting as a rookie, who clearly elevates her teammates around her. She scores a lot, but she is also dishing out the ball, able to elevate everyone around her. Why wouldn't you want to be